Alright, it looks like we're going to get back underway immediately. A bit of a random start, but Control, he took you guys through map number 1, and I'm Gobbles. I have arrived on the scene, and we're about to get map number 2 underway. Straight into the pistol round we go.
Yeah, here we go, man. It was kind of
We called
sudden, but okay, we're into it. I mean, it's going to be blessrng versus After, and they are so quick already streaming onto his site. After Gaming, I mean, we saw how they played earlier on. It seemed like they have the superior gunplay, and I think it rings true. I mean, they're just already jumping out of Palace, already claiming the A site for themselves, and right now Damiel Frost trying to set up a flank, but it's not going to happen, Ray.
Yeah, now 1 on 4 after. Looking good to pick up the pistol, but yeah, that's the first hurdle out of the way after picking up map number 1. Of course, this is their own map choice, and this is a map that they love playing. And in fact, the most recent result was a victory against Wings Up, who are going to play in the other side of the bracket later on in the day. But yeah, so far so good for After. But this is where it can hurt a little bit, right? Because the last time they played Wings Up, they actually stumbled on the entire eco, and it looks as though they're going for a similar play. 3 players out in towards middle, a player in towards the apartments, a very standard default for After Gaming. But this could be the demise if blessrng hit a couple of deagle shots.
Couple of deagle shots. Nothing. A lot of smokes, at least for now. I mean, they're cutting off a lot of info for blessrng, but they haven't made a fast move yet. I think they're trying to get some information, right? Around apps even is going to be a bit of a trade, but I think Merrick has spotted one out.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at the amount of respect blessrng are actually giving to After Gaming, right? I mean, of course, yes, they are playing on higher ping, and they're a little bit disadvantaged in that regard, right? But surprised they didn't opt to take the fight instead, trying to play standard when you know you've got the weapons disadvantage, but Airy with the kill onto Matt. Ooh, almost good for the second perhaps. And now it's just a 1-on-1. Last player incredibly low though, but a deagle. One headshot. Is all that it takes, and Lampard, ooh, spots out the last winning player, and oh, he's incredibly low. Oh, he gets deleted! And blessrng, despite playing incredibly slow, they still run away.
Well, sometimes playing it slow will work, and now we're back at the score with 1-1. After Gaming, after a round like that, their economy is kind of broken, right? I mean, they can only afford, well, deagles at the very least, but then again, we have seen how dangerous the deagles can be in the hands of the Russians.
Yeah, I was just about to, in fact, with the skybox prep having gone in, I was just about to take a look at what After Gaming did when they actually won the pistol against Wings Up, because back then they won the pistol. They did the exact same thing that they did against blessrng in the round that just went by. Difference being Wings Up, they went to try and rush down the players in mid. This time blessrng, they played very differently, a lot more passive, right? But they still managed to win out the round. So After Gaming, seems as though putting away the anti-ecos are a bit of a problem for them, and now they're on one on their own.
Well, let's see if they can solve this problem, actually. In fact, they're definitely on their own. Don't have a lot of firepower, but Joe did pick up an MP9, and they're going to be jumping out of Palace pretty soon, perhaps. Lampada trying to use the smoke as somewhat of a one-way, but yeah, they're playing it quite safe. There's 50 seconds left on the clock, and they haven't made a single push, but here it is. It's going to be one from Connector, and immediately gets traded. IDI as well, finding a wall bang onto Airy. Is he going to try to go retrieve the weapon? I think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, they're hesitating though After Gaming. They got 2 players walking out of the apartments, right? Lampada with those 2 kills will call B side clear, which means, the rotator in Mitsu will position himself in CT, and Templar dropping the bomb there means that Matt will have a lot on his plate. Not a lot of time as well, but he just hit a nice shot. Second player in support there will be Lampada with his third in the round. blessrng, a little bit costly, but After Gaming, they looked a little bit caught in 2 minds.
Yeah. It's. I think it's maybe it's the first few rounds of the second map. They're just trying to get warmed up in the server, as it were, and it's gonna be yet another round with pistols for After Gaming. And again, I mean, I'm still not sure on who's who, but so far, at least with the core players, we know Merrick, we know Wang, and they are doing a pretty good job. But let's see. Right now, all 5 trying to push through stairs. Oh, are they gonna run? No, they're trying to get a peek through the top of the smoke, but won't find anything. A couple of tags, but not the frag onto Airy as he backs off. So, I mean, how are you feeling about blessrng's defense right now? It looks pretty solid, but can they hold on to this win streak?
I think they will, especially since after gaming, they're not giving themselves a very good chance either, right? They force bought in and then it didn't work out. Now they're going in for yet another force buy. So if they lose this, then by the time they get the guns out, you're looking at round number 6 or 7 already. But now Airy very much alone on the side. Good flashes coming over from his teammates and Templar in support of his fallen comrade. blessrng with 2 players down after. Seems as though they will get the money bonus. Nope, they won't. Not even able to get the bomb down. 2 kills, but it's not really what you want from after, right? No bomb plant at all, and now they have to go for the eco. So, yeah, blessrng, couple of free rounds, right? They haven't had a gun round to contend with, and, when you're up against Deagles, yes, after gaming they do pack a punch, but I think you'd rather face them than an AK any day.
Yeah, most certainly. After gaming, they need to save up enough for their AKs, but, well, I don't know. They bought the Deagles, now they have to go in with yet another, I guess, save.
This is gutsy for
But,
Mitsu.
wow. Yeah, he's actually pushing up with the op. I mean, if he doesn't check to his right, he's going to get punished hardcore. Here it comes. It's going to be the trade, but thankfully, Daniel Frost is there to immediately get the headshot. Merrick hears all of that from below, though.
Yeah, dropping down for the fight as well, and blessrng, they are, as I think you put it in map number 1, blessing up right now. Well, a little bit angry, but yeah, it will be just the 1 casualty, I think.
God.
Try to get the op over. Yep, they do manage to retrieve it, but at the expense of the AK. That was pretty good from blessrng, right? It was a little bit aggressive from Mitsu. Maybe not the best call against pistols, but at least he had a teammate in support. If he was all alone, then maybe that's where it's a little bit of a suspect call. But you can see, I think communication's not a problem, right? Considering I caught a glimpse of Nuke after gaming. I'm pretty sure they had a pretty decent start, right? But blessrng, not to be dissuaded.
They definitely, I mean, yeah, the first half of Nuke, it was a little bit troubling for blessrng, but somehow towards the end of it, they just started to wake up. They blessed up, which is why, I'm even just now noticing the team logo. Oh man, PP bless up. But anyway, they're just really able to kind of adapt to this little bit of aggression, a little bit of firepower from after gaming. But this time around, now that After Gaming has weapons, they need to be a little bit more cautious. And that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, look at their positions. They're not going for informational plays. They're not pushing up too aggressively. As soon as I say that, Dale Frost is going to prove me wrong. He even donates an op all the way over onto Joe. That's, no, not good.
I think this could be a problem for blessrng as well. You can see how they are willingly giving up so much map control, and if you're losing middle like that to after gaming, you feel compelled to push somewhere else, right? Which is why you had a player push in towards the apartments, 2 players pushing into palace, but after gaming, they're ready for what's coming, and because of that, this could well be a flawless round. After gaming, getting the rifles out, and blessrng now Lampada has to save, but if you're him, I think, yeah, you definitely feel as if you have a noose around your neck, right? After gaming, they're everywhere,
Yes.
and if you're not gonna take space, then you're gonna get punished.
I mean, it's the noose around his neck, and then at the last second, it just constricts. It gets so tight, you just can't quite breathe. 1v5? I mean, after having played in a small little community tournament, that feeling becomes a lot more real to me. 4-2 is the score, and After Gaming are coming back into it. They are even going just a little bit more passively this time around, I guess. They're trying to play a bit of a default around Palace, around mid. But blessrng, not hyper aggressive. They even have bought up, a couple of, I guess, discount weapons. We have a scout on Mizu. I mean, he seems to be the dedicated opera, but he finds a headshot onto Wang. Wow.
Yeah, the boost up's good as well. Could well catch out Matt if he overextends, but I think he thinks better of it with the Creek. Not the fastest weapon out there, so was just looking for a couple of fights in middle with the scope, right? But you don't want to be taking close contact with that weapon. And now after gaming, you can go for what looks like an A set piece. Probably have to play off of contact though, or waiting for aggression, because after gaming, any play would be pretty telegraphed now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it really is kind of like that default 2-1-2-ish defensive setup from blessrng. They have 3-ish players on the A site. Granted, not the best weapons on the side of Templar, but here it comes. It's a set PC. Oh my god, look at that peek! Finds the headshot onto Joe. And let's see. 3v5. They want to get the bomb down. They're even just tapping it a little bit. Bait out some peeks. Merrick will find another frag. He gets the second. No. Does he get the third? Yes! Oh my god! Give the man his 4K. Oh.
I have to say that I don't think that was well played for blessrng at all. There was a 5-on-3. Could have fallen back, right? I think the play into a CT, he got the first kill, right? That's enough, right? 5-on-3, wait for the smokes to fade. After gaming, they have nothing to hold off the CT advances, right? Of course, they have the weapons advantage, but you have numbers. Instead, what happens is the player in CT opts to run forward into his triple, goes untraded, and the rest of his teammates, they feel compelled to trade him out, but they all fall like flies. After gaming a round that probably shouldn't have been, but they'll be thanking the lucky stars.
Oh my gosh, and it seems like the lucky stars are telling Merrick exactly where Damiel Frost is hiding. Oh no. 2v4 now. Airy and Mizu. Pistols in hand. 1 USP, 1 Deagle. What is their best hope in this round? I think a couple of kills. Airy even has his USP unsilenced. If he can find 1 or 2, maybe pick up a weapon, save it in the next round, then I guess this is not too bad. But now this B side is completely After's domain. They're just going to plant the bomb, play post plant, maybe even go for a hunt. Airy did pick up an AK though. So, I don't know. What are you thinking here, Ray?
Yeah, I mean, he's got no other option, and I think it's very important as well, because if you look at blessrng's loss most, I think they're on stage 3, which means round about 2.9k, and if you look at the amount of money Lampada's working with, it's not enough to get a proper decent buy at all. So Airy probably can drop the weapon over, maybe you can keep it for himself, tells Lampada, you know what, you screwed up your own economy. You have to go for an SMG for it. But after game, this is pretty convincing, right? The second round wasn't so great from them, but at least this time they've put away the last 2 kind of eco rounds for blessrng pretty comfortably, all things considered. But now the guns are back out.
Well, guns back out. Slightly better chance, but take a look at After's economy. I mean, this is just rolling in for them. They can afford ops at this rate, which on Mirage, I think, would be a pretty strong tool, especially for gaining control over areas like mid. But then again, this is a place that Mizu has been known to make his home. He has gotten kills with his scout around this area. Now he's going to secure it, doing a little bit of parkour. He has his ops set up. But taking a look at the minimap, it does look like it's going to be an A-set piss from After Gaming. They've shound out the mollies. It's going to be Blampada who burns first. All the smokes all over the site. Airy can't quite find one, but sprays through, actually gets a shot.
Yeah, smoke for the connector now, so the player at stairs is going to feel very isolated from his teammate, and Merrick pushing through, yeah, catches Airy, and you can take a look at that. Mitsu stuck in the connector with his AWP. Credit to the connector smoke, but the trades do come back in. Still possible, 1-on-2 now for Templar.
Okay. Still, he needs to get the defuse. He taps it, and that immediately signals out to, I guess, Shen to come out with the peak. Templar falls, and he meets his maker.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I mean, okay, people in the chat, I see a lot of Russians, by the way, Privyet. But, yeah, it's the Chinese character for Shen, like God in Chinese.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, man.
Not really sure as well. I have a feeling it is Ronin simply based on the positions that he's been playing, but wouldn't be surprised if
it were someone else.
Yeah, maybe if it was someone else as well.
Maybe.
Oof, Mitsu, he's been very, very keen to take the fights out in middle. Not always successful, of course. But of course, this is just a Deagle round. blessrng, though, just playing pretty separate from one another, right? You can see just lonely advances. Templar, though, deleting Merrick off the round. Same case for Oi as well on the other side of the map. And after gaming, I think they contend just playing it slow in all these rounds. They've been caught out by a couple of fast rounds before, not in this match exactly. blessrng giving them a lot of respect, it has to be said.
Well, respect paid goes both ways, and after gaming right now, trying to take Lampada down. Still, though, he does have his USP down to 7 points of health. He's going to make it away
Yeah, they're trying to hunt
somewhat alive, and Airy is creeping this up.
want the AK. Ooh.
Oh, he saw it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's an AK retrieve on the side of blessrng to carry over into the next round. It's going to be important, right? We talked about Lampada screwing his own economy, and guess what? The next round, after gaming, they went to set A, and Lampada had just the MP9. He got a dink, wasn't able to finish the kill, and this is why money is important. Right?
So crucial. I mean, that's what CS is about. Economy management is one of the most crucial things, and well, this time he gets punished. Tries to hold the off angle, I guess, maybe looking for some exit frags, but Oi will just walk right into him. Simple shot will do the trick. 6-4 now. And after gaming, looking to close this first half T-side out with a bang.
Yeah, on that map pick as well, right? Having, kind of stolen nuke away from blessrng. Credit to, I mean, in no small part due to, pretty decent start from them. This time, they've had to kind of crawl their way back. blessrng, they were 4-1 up, and after gaming, now 5 in a row, can they make it 6? Perhaps trying to fake an A execute, because you can see 3 players lining up smokes in towards A main, and yeah, let's see what comes off of this. I think it's going to be a bit of a fake from after gaming, either that or they're going to try and take all the attention away for Merrick as well as Ronin to slowly make their way around. Yeah, so the execute smoke's going to come in now. I don't think they'll commit though.
Well, let's see.
He's going to get flushed out. Yeah, he still gets the frag.
Smart. Wow, look at that. You were absolutely right. The execute baited out the rotate from blessrng. Look at all the players.
Yeah.
They're going over from mid. Templar's the only one who's kind of walking by underpass. If he hears a couple of footsteps, now they're rotating over. It's a good read from them, but 50 seconds left, and after need to make a quick move, get the bomb down before Mizu cuts them off. As soon as I say that, Oi will be the first to fall. Now he's looking for the second, and Wang holding on to the C4 for dear life, cutting them off with the mollies as well. We'll be able to get the bomb down. 3v3 now. 2 ops, 1 AK versus 3 AKs. What's going to happen here, Ray?
Yeah, but you just got Merrick out in middle. The bomb's not planted for him, so Wang is pretty much in a 1-on-3 on this side right now. The flank's coming in from apartments. Merrick needs to arrive on the scene pretty quickly, but he falls.
Ooh.
So now it's just Wang in 1v3. Off angle, knows where the second player is, but yeah, just out in the middle of nowhere. Nice jump from Lampada, but yeah, Wang, that was a horrible position to be in. Right, you can see you have to check behind you, the smoke's fading, and a player was coming from bench as well. So yeah, very, very tough for after. Merrick's flank just not paying dividends.
Yeah, that is the thing. I mean, he was the one who delivered, Wang planted the C4. But then once you have that, you're, like you said, kind of stuck in that position. You're caught in no man's land, and everyone converging in on you. What is your best hope? He tried to go in for the spray conversion, but it didn't quite happen. But this time, it's going to be IDI who starts things off with a frag onto mid. Now, with mid control somewhat, towards after side, Airy, establishing, I guess he's looking for some information, but not going to be able to find anything just yet.
Ooh, yeah, perfect flash from Matt. Merrick just catches Airy. I'm surprised he didn't retreat, right? Normally, in that scenario, kind of in fight or flight, right? You either just stay there and just not walk out, or you run away as quick as you can. But Airy kind of caught in 2 minds. Indecision coming out from both teams. You can see the last round as well, right? After gaming to a little bit slow, smoke's about to fade. Daniel Frost hears the run, but Matt, he's there for the trade. Does he expect the player close up in shot though? Will smoke it off.
Well,
Templar's walking through this.
Oh. Okay, he's just hiding in it.
He doesn't want to overcommit because they could be anywhere, right? And Matt, he kind of cut noise after that as well. So one-way smoke being thrown out of A main, this will at least buy them some vision. Templar, this skill could swing things back in favor of Bless RNG, especially if Lampada can find one. Do they anticipate him and take it? Yes, they do. But
Oh
ooh,
my
that's a
god.
deep Molotov. Perfect. That's gonna net them the kill. Now, last player's been spotted. Does still find one though.
Well, Templar with a Molly and an HG in his pocket. I guess he can cut off some specific, flush people out of some specific positions, but he's going in for the peak, and I guess Ronin just had the perfect crosshair placement on him. Spray for him, and he gets the 7th win for After Gaming. 7-5 now. We are into the 13th round of the first half. 2 rounds remaining-ish. 2 or 3 rounds. What is it going to take for Bless RNG to come back into this?
I mean, 5 rounds on Mirage isn't the worst, but of course they did pick the CT side at the start, right? I mean, it's quite dependent on the momentum that you have, right? After gaming, they've got decent momentum going for them, but they're making no secret of their presence in towards A main and the CTs. They hear the players in Palace. They should know that there should be a couple of players near towards main. Matt, with the existence of the smoke, has to fall back just a little bit, and that's kind of hit the pause button on this execute from the side of After. They don't want to stick around for too long though. Bless RNG, they're out of utilities on this A side already. The last remaining smoke has been deployed. Marek though, out into its middle, finds the kill, and yeah, it feels, look, it's just a noose being tightened around. They're coming from everywhere after gaming.
My god, now it's all up to Templar. 1v5. The noose and 4 players have been hung. Bless RNG. He's backing off. He senses danger. I guess he wants to hold on to his M4, but yeah, this is quite difficult. I mean, as soon as that play happened, right? Bless RNG tried to press pause, like you said, but pushing up that aggressively, they put themselves in quite the risky position, and now IDI is just going to close it out really easily after finding out his position, of course. As soon as, I guess, Airy-ish sort of pressed pause, the rest of the squad, Marek, Ronin, they went in to press play. The smokes dissipate, and then they just rush through, explode onto the site. Really easy for them. And they have all these lovely plays, communication, teamwork, coordination. They flash it in for each other. They have the side executes. It's not looking too good for Bless RNG right now, right?
Yeah. Well, this is After Gaming's playground for a reason, and they're giving us a very good reason. I mean, they're giving us a very good show at that. Although it is 4-on-4, 2 players tagged down just a little bit. Lampada, in fact, incredibly low. After Gaming, look at where Ronin snuck out onto. I don't think that was the best call because it was all on his lonesome. Damiel Frost, if he gets up onto this position and he sees the player right underneath window, this could be a spanner in the works. Wow. Indeed. So now it's a 4-on-2. After gaming, what do you do? What would you do, Kentro?
Oh my god, definitely, I guess, run back, but he just went in for it, got the headshot, but then he immediately gets traded. 3v1 now. And Oi has an AK. This is still a doable round, but he is quaking in his boots. He knows that there are 3 players around here. Question is, where? Kind of knows one is up around B short, but then again, if he goes in for the peek, he puts himself at risk, jumps up, and that's an angle that Damiel Frost was not expecting.
Yeah, but why would he be in such an open position as well, right? He's got a teammate about to reaggress shot, but now, he's got the A bomb site, will smoke himself off for the plant, knowing that the scout should be somewhere in CT. So now it's a very double clutch from Joe. Oh my god, Templar! Incredibly low is
Picks up an AK as well.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, Oi had 2 flashbangs left. And I guess his only form of cover was this double stack behind the bomb. Tried to play around, triple stack, sorry. Tried to play around it, do a bit of a flash here and there, but Templar was just a little bit more ready. At the same time, he had the health.
Yeah, and small mistake there for Oi. The smoke had a bit of a gap, right? Maybe in such situations, sometimes it's almost better to smoke where you're going to plant the bomb itself, right? At least you can be 100% certain that you're not going to be spotted from anywhere. But he took a bit of a gamble, thinking that, I mean, he was right, in guessing where his last two remaining opponents were, but just that tiny gap made the clutch so
Mhm.
much less doable for him. I would have put money on him to win it had he not been taken down that low, but blessrng, they get a bit of a gift, and now possibly making it 7-8, although on the gun rounds though, after gaming have looked incredible.
Well, are the gun runs going to look just as good as before? That's the question on my mind. Mizu does have his op, and they're going to boost themselves into Sniper's Nest. Damiel Frost is in the prime position to find out.
Ooh, not
I think
spotted
he...
too. Yes, he's got
Oh,
barrel
sees
now.
the barrel! There we
That's
go.
an advantage established in the favor of blessrng. The smoke kind of takes him out of the round for now. 17 seconds before it fades. After giving, what do? Back to A, it seems. They've only got to smoke 2 Molotovs and 3 flashes to work with, so I think at best it will have to be a smoke for CT, maybe get the bomb down default, because one single smoke, that's not good enough if you want to get a bit more control of the site. Although, get a freebie from Lampada. Airy though, up in this Pada's position, goes down underneath. Here's the footsteps, his teammates are rotating in support. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's so crucial, so paramount that Airy gets these frags right now. In fact, it's going to be Wong who starts things off. Damiel Frost falls. Oh, he even gets Molly. No choice but to push out of his position. And this is the A side handed over onto After. Mizu, though, could have something to save off this. Gets one headshot, jumps and repositions himself. He's looking for even more. IDI is ready for this.
Was that triple though? Ooh, spotted.
No. Well, okay. A bit of a burn. And
What?
that is time! Templar, the Molly, the Incendiary, they actually bought enough time. And after gaming, did get the bomb down.
Yeah, I didn't realize that as well. I thought there was still 7 seconds left on the clock, but in fact it was round over for after gaming. Taking a little bit too long. I think they had the right reads, right? But they were just a little bit too hesitant when it mattered.
Mm-hmm. A little bit. I mean, I think IDI wanted to get the bomb down, but as soon as they pushed in, just the fact that Mizu's sheer presence with his op kind of scared them a bit. And not to mention the Incendiary being thrown as well. It just kind of fell apart. But now it is the first round of the second half. The pistols will be sounding off. All of them just exploding out from apartments right now. Damiel Frost, he's going to get the headshot. And it's all up to the rest of the After squad. Oi as well as Ronin Baby. What can they do here?
Nothing much, I think. P2K equipped on Oi as well. He has got a kill to his tally already, but now both remaining players have given up their positions, and this will be a tough task because Damiel Frost will swing upon his teammate's contact, and they're even hunting down Ronin. Nice bit of movement from Lampada. A kill to top it off as well. blessrng tying up the scoreboard immediately, but, well, they were able to pick up the force by against After in the second round, so can After do it to them? blessrng, what do you reckon?
Man, I am honestly not too sure. blessrng, they seem to have these strategies in place, whether it's on attack or CT. If they can bait out some of these pushes from After, take some players down, soften up sites, and then they go in with the execute, it definitely would look a lot better. But After, you know they're not to be trifled with. You know that these teams pay respect to each other, and with the deals, they can be quite deadly as well. I mean, look at this! Oh my god! A double kill with a deagle? And that is going to be quite painful. 3v4 now, and they are weakened as well. Look at Templars and Lampada's health.
Only thing that could work in the favor is the fact that the 2 weapons that have been dropped are pretty much irretrievable on the side of After, all the way in A main, unless they decide to go a bit of an aggressive maneuver. But
I think they could, because blessrng are just forsaking this A site completely.
but Matt's pushed so far up in the apartments as well. I don't think Mitsu's gonna anticipate this. He's the only player on full HP, so they're not giving me the sound cue. I think Matt might have just heard it, but still gonna play on B, so maybe not. After gaming though, haven't retrieved the weapons.
Yeah, well, okay, let's consider this for a second. If Mads had heard it, that would be information for the entire After squad, which means that the 9th player, Ronin, who is holding up so forward, he kind of has an inkling that they're going to be pushing through, and he's absolutely right. There goes the utility. Mizu is looking for it, but he does take Ronin down. He's even going in to cut them off from CT. That's a headshot and a half. Looking for the last one. Merrick and Mads left. Oh, but Kobe will be able to take Lampada down. 2v2 now.
The flank from Mad as well. There's no way Mitsu expects it, so now Templar left in a 1-on-2. Has to isolate the duels. Hears the footsteps all around him, but he misses his shots. And after gaming, deja vu. As this time, they are the ones to take it away from blessrng.
Oh no. I have been in this place before, and it's not looking too good for blessrng. I mean, this is kind of what happened in I guess, the first few rounds of this game. Remember, after one, the pistol, blessrng won the next. And then it seemed like after was kind of towards the back pedal, but it's still just the early start of the second half. I think anything could happen. blessrng definitely want to close this out, but I mean, it's kind of a desperation buy at this point. You got 2 Galils, 1 AK, the rest have utility, but After has a complete and exceptional full buy. I mean, AKs even, and then the M4s. It's I don't know. This is kind of scary for if you're a blessrng fan.
Which is why after gaming they're a little bit passive as well, right? You can see just player jump spotting, but very safe jump spot as well, right? But he nets the information that he wanted. Merrick, you can see they're not working with a lot of utility per se on the side of After. They've got just 2 smokes remaining. And now if Lampada finds the shot, this could be key. They've already stuck the player up in towards Nest. Yep, but Ois holding down the jungle position pretty convincingly.
Wait. Did he? Oh my god. I thought Lampada spotted out one by connector, but looks like they want to make a play into B short. He flashes it out, but no. Mads is just a little bit more ready. Mizu now caught by this truck. Will find one, but Mads has the positioning. Bomb dropped as well. 2v2. And Aries trying to secure this site for his team. Still a super difficult one over by B. Down. Now it's all up to Mizu. Oh my god.
Is he? Yeah.
Yes.
That's ridiculous from Ronin. I think with that we can kind of confirm that it's Ronin.
It's Ronin.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a 2-on-1. Well, I think he would have heard the player nearby him as well, which is what perhaps tempted him to move forward. After gaming a little bit difficult, but they do limp across the line. Not exactly in terms of the match just yet, but blessrng, the money's been broken, so now it's just gonna be the full Glock Eco. Just a CZ and a P250. They're all out in towards middle, and after gaming, they want to fight. They want to hunt for a couple of eco frags. Wang think he's gonna think better of it, instead still chilling in connector. And yeah, look at that. The nades doing a ton of damage, and now the cleanup crew has arrived. After gaming, you can see, I think there's a bit of difference in the way the teams are approaching this. After gaming, they're quite confident in how they want to approach the game, right? And blessrng, they're giving a lot more respect, and I'm a little bit surprised that it has kind of felt almost sometimes mid-round. It feels as though blessrng even might be slightly better in terms of the calls, but just if your players aren't feeling that confident, it's quite difficult to win as well. Straight to A they go now.
Straight to A, and it's immediate nades for days to stop the push. I mean, look at this. They're burning! Oh my god. And all of a sudden, Daniel Frost is the only one left. What just happened? The round just started. They tried to put the rush through. You said they paid a lot of respect to After, but from this round, it seems that they're kind of just trying to throw everything at the fridge and let's see what sticks. And apparently, not much. Daniel Frost is in a 1v5 situation here. And you can sense this innate fear. It's crushing. He's hiding over by the top of mid, trying to, I guess, wait for someone to push into his crosshair. But look at After. Just all 5 players alive, and my god, this is going to be a flawless round.
Yeah, they tried something different, but didn't work out in the end. After gaming, this is maybe, perhaps a bit of difference as well, right? In terms of how prepared they are. They would have seen such plays a lot of times before already, and Matt just An immediate adjustment onto the head of Demio Frost, gets himself an AK as well. So 4 AKs retrieved on the side of After Gaming. blessrng, the all-in,
Damn.
trying to roll the dice. It is something different compared to what we've seen so far, but After Gaming, they were just ready for it. And now, if you're blessrng, are you going to start running out of ideas? Because look, it looks as though it's going to be a B-Rush this time.
Oh no. Is that really their idea, their strategy right now? Just go.
Yeah,
I think that's the
just
wisest choice.
throw bodies at the problem. I mean, it is the right call at the moment, but look, in just 2 seconds, Matt is
Oh.
already in support. And now it's going to be a much tougher task for blessrng. Wang, bit of
Wow.
tough task on his plate, but yeah, I think he was quite aware of the possibility as well. Right now, it's pretty common nowadays, and now look at that. The second prong of this attack, it's all too obvious, although
Oh.
they still find the kills onto the side, and the
What?
rotates are incredibly far away. 2 on 3, bomb can't get planted, and blessrng, they have a chance.
Okay. Nice bit of economy boost and an AUG on air.
AK's
Could be
retrievable as
pretty
well.
good if Mizu can pick up that AK, but he's trying to be cautious about this. There we go. Finds it, but oh my god, getting tagged through the window. Now he's going to be hiding behind the site. Wow! Even gets the shot through the smoke, just seeing the tracer bullets. It's going to be all up to Airy now with the AUG, but it's, oh my god. After just seems to have that little edge over firepower. I mean, they have the numbers advantage, but they are confident with their pushes. That's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. You see some good fundamentals as well, right? The last 2 remaining players sticking with one another instead of, both jumping out the window instead of one trying to take the fight at the market door, which is where the last remaining player on the side of blessrng was positioned. And After Gaming, look as though they have kind of warmed up. You could see a couple of mistakes being made early on, right, on Nuke and also at the start of, this map. But I think as the game has gone on, they are starting to get the act together, and if this is the After Gaming we're going to see throughout the playoffs, I'm all for it. Good flash, and Demio Frost needs to clear the corner. Yeah, perfect flash. Oh, it was full blind, and now a 2-man advantage established in the favor of the T's. Jump up into Nest as well. blessrng, don't have to overcomplicate things now, right? You found the man advantages. All you need to do is commit in as a 5-man unit, because you've got Demio Frost trying to go on a very lonely flank, and just like that, it's a 3 on 3. The play is very obvious now. All 6 players on the map have arrived on the scene of the crime. Airy needs to open up the round. Good kill once again. They know where the last remaining player is, and Merrick still falls. After Gaming still had a chance in that one. blessrng, it's not too convincing. I was a little bit worried for them. Oh god.
My gosh. I guess you were a little bit worried, but I mean, after that play, I feel a little bit better. But still, 9 and 13. That is a 4-round difference. They need these wins. Of course, though, Mizu with the op, this is where he shines the best. FBI open up. Let's see if they can make the play work again. They're going for mid control this time around, though.
Yeah, they tried it and it failed because there was a flash in return for the side of blessrng,
Oh
but they're doing
my
it
God.
again. Oh god. Ronin, of course, the man to be sent in. Good for 1, but trades do tend to favor the T still. blessrng, do you have the finesse to play out the mid round? Because After Gaming, they've opted to kind of leave that B side, right? The closest player is going to be Merrick into its B short. Looks as though After might just want to crunch middle in just a couple of seconds, and with that kill, ooh, yeah, the timing's just not worked in the favor of blessrng at all.
Oh man, it's falling apart. They need this. Remember, this is a best of 3 single elimination bracket. If blessrng loses this, that is goodbye, good night. They are out of 5e Arena Season 2 Open. So playing a lot more cautious now that they only have 2 members remaining. Mizu seems to have spotted one out, jump peeking, but a bit trigger itchy. He's going to trigger happy, sorry. He's going to fire a shot and give away his position. Now, Templar even gets punished for that. It's down to a 1v4. You have an op. What is your best bet here, Ray?
Safe. You have to. I mean, he's been spotted out as well now,
no.
and man, he's gonna take the fight any day of the week, and in fact, he's gonna win it. So, After Gaming, you could see just how, switched on these players are now. Matt all the way into his jungle, right? The flash came over from Templar for his teammate, but Matt, he turns away from it, still adjusts 180s around, still gets the kill. M4 versus AK, remember? And I think that, yeah, if that's a sign of how the game is going to close, then I guess we could say that after they certainly have warmed up to the plate, an op and a scout.
I don't know, man. It seems
Ooh,
pretty desperate. This is
yeah.
second last round. If starts to push it into match point, and right now those sprays as well. He's just trying to find whatever he can. He will be able to take Wong down though, and all of a sudden it's a 3v1. Okay,
Okay.
this is doable.
More than doable. Wow.
I guess it works.
Well,
You just push down mid, push through connector,
yeah.
get the frags.
I mean, it is still a first-person shooter after all, so you know the things like that can happen. But generally, after gaming, still mechanically they still look as though they are a cut above blessrng for now. I think ping's not going to be too much on the side. So I mean, the good thing about being on 100 ping at times is that you know if you do pre-fire the corner, you can get a heads up in terms of the dude they're looking for, right? But Damiel Frost, if straight into connector he goes and immediately finds the frag. Ooh, oi.
Wow.
Just the P2K, so wow, after gaming they've been ripped into strats this round. blessrng, they still need to transport the bomb safely, but if anything, I think the player here into its short, that's going to be Lampada, will be looking to
spot.
sweep up,
Yep.
the last two frags. Swing the corner, it's
Come on.
only,
Oh!
don't runs out of bullets! And, well, AK is not going to be retrieved, Merrick unable to get away in time, blessrng up to 11. After gaming still not on 15 just yet, so they're not out. They're not exactly out of sight. blessrng still have the possibility of closing this out in regulation. So, and look, the buy coming back in from after, it's not the best as well.
That's right. I mean, MP9, just a little bit of utility here and there. But here's the thing. Wong has an op. If anything, he could be the one to delay the pushes. In fact, they're actually just going in super aggressive, down ramp.
Yes.
They find a couple. Wong even gets a double from connector. It's all up to the 3 remaining players on blessrng. This is not good for them on this round. They lose this, the economy recovers on after side, and it's match point. No, not like this, Ray. Not like this.
You see, this was a round that they called straight from spawn, right? You see the smoke up towards short, and I think there's a smoke near the top of middle as well. So blessrng, it had the idea straight from spawn. We were going to do a fast A split. But last round, remember, Damiel Frost, he was all the way up in connector, what, 20 seconds into the round? Right? And because of that, Wang was aware of this potential tendency, gets the op, and you know, instead of having a playing connector, he's just gonna, you know, maximize the range of that AWP. So now, blessrng, you have to find this kill onto Merrick if you are going to get offered a way back into this round. 2 players dropping out of the apartments, and Merrick, wow, Matt already in support as well. And after gaming, booked themselves onto 15. blessrng, they still have decent amount of money in for the rebuy. Lampada will be the only player who will have to take a bit of a sacrifice. But what do you do now? Right? Every time blessrng have tried to switch it up, it's kind of failed flat.
At first, I think they kind of played a bit with tempo, right? Towards the start of the second half, they were a little bit more passive, and then they started to ramp things up. They just went aggressive, push into connector, but that's like what you were talking about. Wong has the perfect read. They're starting to adapt to this change in pace from blessrng. If they just keep throwing bodies, I don't think that's going to work out. In fact, look at this. The fatal funnel of death over by Apps. The grenades are going to be sounding off. Merrick gets taken down, and all of a sudden, it's all up to Lampada. And you can hear him scoping by White. The truck. They have the perfect shot on him, and in fact, he's just going to cook alive by the incendiary from after gaming. 16-11 is the end of the score.
Yeah.
And that is it. That's it for blessrng, Ray.
Oh, that was a little bit disappointing for blessrng towards the end, right? You can see quite a bit of things to work with, but well, I guess we can let this tide over first. Alright, and we're gonna put ourselves onto the camera just for a little bit. So yeah, Control was just very close to a break. Yeah, so an update for the viewers. We had a bit of an advertisement right after that match, and yeah, now we're gonna go for a little bit of a short break. And yes, for the first time, I think this is the first time they're gonna see us, right? It's Gobbles as well as Hey, I'm
Maybe.
Quack. Yeah. Well, thoughts on that map, perhaps?
My God, I mean, it was a little bit of a back and forth, but towards the end, I honestly think blessrng kind of ran out of ideas. Right, the way that they were playing towards the end was just sudden change in pace, a little bit aggressive, throwing bodies at the issue, and it didn't quite work out the way they hoped.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of good signs for them though. If you're able to hit double digits against After Gaming, on Nuke as well as Mirage, two very different maps. I think that's pretty decent for best RNG, right? After Gaming, of course, I think they were gonna be favorites the entire way through, and they kind of showed us why, right? There were some rounds where they were just really clean, really crisp, but I think for them, it's about getting that consistency, especially if you want to make it into its FunSpark LT, right? You have to go at least all the way to the semi-finals. I think, have they booked themselves a spot, or I think they have to win one more, right?
Well, taking a look at the brackets, just give me a second. After Gaming, yeah, probably booked themselves a slot in the semi-final. Then the one that's going to go against them, we don't know yet. It could be NJ Show Yourself, or it could be Black Company. So who knows? But for now, After Gaming, I think they look fairly strong. I mean, against a team like blessrng, who I haven't heard of them before, but they still performed admirably well. Sorry, they have the tactics, they have the firepower, and that's the thing that impresses me about After Gaming.
Yeah. So hopefully we do get to see a bit more of blessrng After Gaming. We'll see them tomorrow again, right? So this was the quarters, of course, the semis, as well as the finals tomorrow. Let's see what happens. But after this, I think the next match we have coming right up, it will be Wings Up against OS, I believe. I think that's what we're going to watch. Not really 100% sure just yet, but I guess we'll be jumping the game later on as well. Maybe we'll just be going for a very short break for now. And yeah, let's see what the next maps are going to be. Once we have more information, we'll be getting back into the chat very, very shortly. And yeah, for those asking in the chat, it was a pretty decent 2-0 for After Gaming. Closed it out in 2, although both maps went quite the distance. They do get across the line though and book themselves a slot in the semi-finals for the for the East Asian division. Of course, Southeast Asia coming up in a couple of days' time, starting from Wednesday. So this next 2 days will be all the teams from China, from Mongolia, right? You can see a team from Russia as well. Or yeah, Japanese teams taking part. So you see quite the competition.
Quite a lot of competition indeed. And yeah, so for those wondering in the chat, there you have it. After Gaming 1, we're going to have more games. And yes, Rise 2K, we can see the chat. But also, this is all brought to you by 5e Arena. I think that's one of the biggest things, right? It's 5e Arena. We had Season 1. Now we're back at it with Season 2. If you guys are wondering what 5e Arena is, you can go visit the website, www.5earena.com/download.
Yeah,
it's a matchmaking service. What?
Yeah, you play a couple games on it. You were just about to say, right? The matchmaking service. I've had a couple of games myself. I think it is pretty fun, right? You do have a couple of nice functions, right? When you play on other servers, you don't really have that much choice, right? Whereas here, when you win the 9th round, you get to individually select which side you want to start on, and when you go 15-15, you get to choose whether or not you want to play overtime. So a couple of nice upgrades here and there, not to mention a couple of skin drops and daily rolls out and about, right? And of course, yeah, the chance to take part in the in the open seasons, booking yourselves possibly a spot in FunSpark LT, which is part of a pretty big circuit now. So a lot of things to look forward to, not just now, but also moving forward.
Yeah, that's right. But well, that is awesome. And okay, it's like we have interesting people in the chat who kind of recognize us. Yeah, we are casters from Singapore. My name is Hey, I'm Quack. Alongside it is going to be Gobbles, big hardcore CS:GO fan. He knows all these heaps. He knows all the plays. He knows all the maps, and he's also a student in junior college. How was class earlier on? Just for my just to sate my appetite a bit.
I think, well, I have to correct. I definitely know little about Counter-Strike. Hopefully we can bring some more interesting things, right? Of course, I think if you do get a Wings Up game as well, we can look at the Mirage. We will have a couple of surprises lined up for the viewers if you do stick around for the next couple of games. And yeah, school, I don't know. I had Zoom on. I was in the lesson, but I had the VLC media playing as well to watch the stream. So maybe I shouldn't be
That's how
saying
you
that on
want to do
camera,
it.
but well, I think we're starting to see a little bit too much now. We'll go for a very short break, and yeah, do stick around in the chat. Always nice to see a couple of people being engaged as well. Hope you do enjoy the cast. Anyway, if you have anything, if you've got any questions, do leave them there. We will check it. And yeah, well, still got another match to go, and I guess see you in a bit.